One night, a young woman moved into a new apartment and noticed an antique mirror in the bedroom. As she prepared for bed one evening, she saw a dark, shadowy figure in the mirror standing behind her. Startled, she turned around, but there was no one there. Night after night, the shadowy presence appeared, inching closer each time. One terrifying night, the figure's hand extended from the mirror, and the young woman felt an icy grip on her shoulder. She screamed in terror, shattering the mirror, and the shadow vanished. However, to this day, she fears what may still lurk in the broken shards. Her heart pounded as she stood amidst the shattered fragments of the antique mirror. Trembling, she couldn't shake the feeling that the shadowy presence was still there, even though its reflection had disappeared. With caution, she glanced at the sharp pieces scattered on the floor, knowing she had to get rid of them. As she collected the broken shards, a cold sensation crept through her bones. In her peripheral vision, she thought she caught glimpses of movement, but every time she turned to look, there was nothing. Fear gripped her mind, and she decided to call a close friend for support. Yet the young woman couldn't shake the feeling that something supernatural was dwelling within that mirror. Together, they decided to dispose of the broken pieces, hoping it would put an end to the haunting. Late into the night, they drove to a secluded area and tossed the shards into an abandoned well. As the fragments hit the water below, a distant ghostly wail echoed through the night. The young woman shivered, but felt a glimmer of relief, hoping that the haunting had finally come to an end. Days passed, and she tried to regain some semblance of normalcy. However, every time she glanced into any mirror, anxiety would grip her heart. She became apprehensive, avoiding reflections whenever possible. One evening, as she was getting ready for bed, she caught sight of her reflection in a small handheld mirror she had replaced the antique one with. To her horror, the familiar shadowy figure loomed behind her reflection. Panic surged through her veins, and she dropped the mirror, shattering it once again. At her wit's end, she sought out a paranormal expert, desperate for a solution. The expert conducted a cleansing ritual, attempting to banish the malevolent presence from her life. However, even after the ritual, the haunting persisted. The young woman began researching the history of the antique mirror, hoping to uncover its secrets. She learned that it had once belonged to a mysterious fortune-teller who was rumored to dabble in dark arts. The fortune-teller had vanished under mysterious circumstances, leaving the mirror behind. With newfound determination, she decided to confront the lingering spirit once and for all. Armed with incense, sage, and a heart full of courage, she stood before the mirror one last time, looking directly at the shadowy figure. "I know who you are," she said firmly. "You can't keep tormenting me like this. I want you to leave this place and never return." To her surprise, the figure started to speak, its voice whispering like a cold breeze. "Release me," it pleaded. "I am trapped in this cursed mirror. Set me free and I'll leave you in peace." She hesitated, torn between fear and pity, but she knew that setting the spirit free might unleash it upon the world. With newfound resolve, she refused. "No, I won't let you escape to harm others. You must find your own way to be free." The figure let out a haunting wail, and the mirror seemed to tremble. Suddenly, a blinding light enveloped the room, and the figure began to fade,